Hi guys, and welcome to Crypto Converter. For those of you who know much about crypto, there we go. So this is a converter. If you want to have a go at it, you guys can just learn from here. I'm actually using the real life crypto convert amount of crypto or however it works. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Python development environment, and we can put one of these together. So as you can see from my research, I actually find out the various types of cryptos. Right, so let's exit out, start a new project. First of all, I'm going to import the following libraries. Then you see this one where it says request, you must install that. If you don't, it's not going to work because that is the only library that can get us all the information for the request. So all you just need to do is using your CPD and just type in install that. Okay, make sure it is installed. Next, I'm gonna create a class. I'll call the class. Let's just call it crypto converter app. There we go. Crypto converter app. Next, I'm going to now create a function right underneath here. Just get it initialized with, I'm going to say root self comma root. That is going to be the environment. And then say self dot root. That ought to be indented. Let's get it indented. Dot root is going to be equals root. Next, I'm going to add the title, the geometry, and I will also stop it from being able to be reset. Okay, you will not be able to reset it. So that's my width and height. That's the title. Next, I'm now going to define the different types of crypto that I intend to use. So I'm just going to say self dot crypto. Let's make this lowercase underscore data, and that is going to be equals. So I'm going to place it right in here so that I can add it as. Okay, let's say the very first one right down here. The very first one is going to be Bitcoin. So I'm going to put that in here in a quotes. Bitcoin. In fact, that's all I know about crypto. Not just Bitcoin. And I'm going to now say Bitcoin is going to be the initials of BTC. Yeah. So that's my first one. The next one, just going to add the next one. So as you guys can see, I've actually displayed the names to the coin ID and symbol. That is taken care of. Now I'm going to say self underscore self dot crypto underscore name. Right down here, here's that underscore name, and that is going to be a list. So I'm going to say self dot crypto underscore data dot keys. There we go. and let's just get the system. I will also create I'm also going to now create another function. This function I'm going to call it create widget. Yeah, come right down here. Just say create a widget for me. Yes. Alright. And let's say underscore widget. And this is going to be self as well. Yeah. Right. In here now, let's start work with creating our buttons and so on. It's referred to here as widget though. So let's say title, and that is going to take in, that's going to be in the label. So that's the widget for label, and this widget for label is a child of self.root. Yeah, comma. Let's say the title is going to be crypto converter equals. There we go, crypto converter. Title taken care of. Comma. What about the font I intend to use? You don't have to change the font. You can use whatever font you want. Font color that you want. I'm just gonna make up one here. I want it to look like it's green. I'm gonna say 3BB65. Comma. The font type is going to be equals area. There. And let's give the size about 40. Comma. And I'm also going to make it bold. There. Close that. And that is for my title. And this their title, let me get it packed right down here and just get it packed. Dot pack. And let's put pad there to the y-axis. Let's say it's going to be about 10. Alright, that's taken care of. Next, before we go any further, you might as well just save this. Save as. I'm going to call it crypto converter YT. Let's put a YT there. There we go. Save. Next, let's round it up and see. I'm now going to take care of, let's round it up. There should be a P here with the spelling of crypto. And here as well. There we go. Else I might run up with an error. I actually left this out and just notice that. Okay, so make sure you correct that as well. Now underneath here, I'm going to use an if statement. If underscore name underscore name equals underscore equals, and it bears the main name. Main, yeah, let's put this in a quotes as well. Then put a column there. Let me say root. That is going to be equals tk dot tk, and parenthesis. The app is called crypto app. Right here, it has to be of the same spelling everything. Probably of that. Paste it right underneath here. And it's going to be a child of the root itself. Then let's say root.main loop, enter parenthesis. Okay, I can now try out what I've done so far. So let's come in here and run. There we go. Okay, that's just the form showing. All right, my title was not displayed because I have not called this. If I call that very function for the widget, my title should be displayed as well. Let's just grab hold of this and call it right underneath here. Get rid of this. Yeah, it's meant to be self.widgets. Let's put that in there. Self.createWidget. I mean, run it. There we go. The title displays. So what I'm going to now do is I'm going to create some more functions, but right underneath the title, let me add a frame. I'll just call that frame tk dot frame. It's going to be a child of the root, self.root. Yeah, grab hold of self.root, dump it there, and there, close that up. And this frame, we get it padded as well, maybe 10 as well. Paste the frame that we're getting padded. Yeah, the frame is done. So run. There we go. The frame is right there. You might not be able to see it, but if I say, let's say BG, let's say it's about 5, and we want to get it, let's say relief, that is equals read. I just want you guys to see the frame. I really don't need this, but just for you guys to see the frame. The frame is there. So to prove that the frame is there, if I copy this, paste it right underneath here, and just say here is frame, you should be able to see the frame. Now run. Try and prove a point. There we go. Look at the frame. You see that? So that shows the frame is working. So I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need it. So if I run it, this is what you see again. There we go. Right, let's get rid of the second one. So we do need a label there, but this very label. Let's change this to about 30. We don't want to do 40. I'm going to get rid of this color so that it default back to its original color. And in here, I'm going to say from. Right, and what would be the name? We can call it from. Or just get rid of that and just ask it to just create it. Get rid of this. Just create that for me. And the next thing I'm going to do is get rid of this as well. I'm now going to add an anchor to it. Want it aligned to the left. So let's say anchor. Yeah, that's correct. Equals W. And this W, let's say justify it to the left. Justify equals left. Let's just finalize it by saying that's to grid. Dot grid 30 and row. That is going to be equal 0. Comma column, that will be 0 as well. Now equal 0. Let's let's put this down here. This. All right. I'm gonna put a comma there. Press enter and let's add. I'm gonna say add the X is going to be 5, and part to the Y axis can make that 5 as well. 5, comma, and the text on it must be strictly to the west. Close that. Think I may have taken care of my from widget. Let's run and see. Run. Oh, look at this. That should be a comma. Comma. Run one more time. There we go. Look at that. So let's do the code. Okay. From and go. So let's write down here and paste this underneath here. Let's get this indented and change this to 2. There we go. The tool is also taken care of. But right here, I'm now going to create my, right here, let's create the, I will call that self dot from currency. And that's going to be ttk dot combo. This combo will house all of this information that I have here. Okay, all data about the crypto combo box. And this combo box is going to be chargeable frame. So I can let's get hold of all of this instead of typing. Paste. Get rid of this, the text and it. Delete. I'm going to make the size of that about 26. And comma. Say value is going to be equals self dot data, the data from the crypto. No, the name, because I've actually assigned it here. It's a list. So self dot name. Copy that. Paste. Right, that's taken care of. Then let's just make it the value of read only. The state of this data is going to be equals read only. Close that, lock that up. Alright, so my combo box should be ready now. So let's grab hold of all of this. Paste. And is going to be from currency dot current. I'm going to make that 0 dot current. That's 0. And the green. I'm right down here, paste. So I want you to start from 0. That's what I meant there. This is number 0, 1, 2, and so on. Okay, then here, dot grid, row is going to be 0, and column is going to be 0 as well. Let's grab all of this. Paste it right there. Column is going to be 1. Sorry, close that. So that is that's done. Okay, now that that is taken care of. So if you notice, this is tool. The tool is actually using the details of the from. So let's change here instead of this. Change that to 1. And this one, this is for the combo. I'm going to grab all of this combo that I've created. But before I do any paste it here, let me run it and make sure it's correct for now. There we go. Look at the first one taken care of. So what I've copied so far, I'm going to paste it to right here. Let's paste. and I'm going to change this to as a tool, no, and this one is to as well. So now, where is that going to be? It's going to be on one, okay, and it starts from one. Okay, I think that is done. Let's run it and see. Run. Brilliant. You see that, guys? So this one starts with 0 and this one starts with that. If you want it to start with this, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can change that to 5 and let's see. That is the US dollars. See that? Now you get the whole idea of the value in here. Brilliant. So the next of the widget I'm going to create will be to the one that we taking the value that you want to convert, and that's going to be an entry widget. Then we also need a label that will display everything. So let's speed that up. All right, so we have that now. Okay, this is the label that is known as the amount. Enter your amount, and in here, that is where you enter the amount. This is where the result will be displayed. And I've also created a button here. Okay, inside the button I've created a command known as self, but we can delete that for now. Self.convert, that is going to be the function that will carry out all of the calculations. So let's run that and see. There we go. That's how it's looking now. For now, there's nothing here. Now let's put together a function to take care of all of the calculations. So I'm going to exit out, scroll right underneath here, and right underneath the button, we'll have the button. I'm going to create a function there, and this very function, let's just call it convert. Function convert, and that is going to be self there. Okay, now let's create two variables, one for the from and the other one for the tool. So underneath here, I'm going to say from, let's say underscore current underscore name, and that is going to be equals self dot from currency dot get. So what I've just asked this to do is whatever we have in here should be stored in here. So this is the combo box. So let's look. Let me take you guys to the combo box of from right there. That is it. Okay. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for the combo box of tool. Okay, this is from and this is for the tool. Okay, we can just grab all of that and right underneath here, create another one. I'll just copy this and change it around. Copy, paste, and change this one to tool and this tool as well. Yeah, that is the name of that combo box. Load it. So I'll just correct this. It's a currency currency here. Yeah, yes, I'm right. Yep, save. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, and that of from as well. I don't want to get it wrong. All right, now I'm going to then use a conditional statement to just to check whatever value that is entering there. So let's say if not, if not from current, or let's just grab all of this instead of typing. If not from there, or not from the tool one, not from the tool, then I want the following message generated. It's a message box dot like it to display an error message. Let's say show error. Yeah, I think that's correct. So let's come in here as the title of the error and comma. Let's enter a message there. So the message is going to be, so please select both currency. Yeah, yeah, that'll do. Please select both currency. And then we then get it to return. Okay, that's good. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a data in here. Let's just call it so from the ID. I want it to grab hold of whatever I have inside this data. So I'm going to grab hold of all of that. Let's say self.crypto data. So the crypto data, I want it added here. You can see from underscore ID comma dash, then we'll say equals self dot crypto. And where are we getting all of this information from? We're going to be getting it from right here. So from the Kumba there. And we're going to be repeating exactly the same thing for the tool. Let's say underscore. Okay, that is for the tool. I'm going to say equals, grab hold of it as well, and copy all of that and just dump it here. Now just change this to tool. That's it. That is what I'm talking about here. There we go. Right, that is taken care of. Next, I did create something for amount. Look at it. Okay, so whatever we have inside this amount, I want it stored inside this other variable underneath here. I'm going to call that variable amount. That will be equals this dot get. There we go. All right, now that is taken care of. I'm going to use a try statement here. Let's say try if the amount equals float amount. Okay, then we're going to be doing something. But supposing there's an error, let's take care of the error. So we'll say accept value error. That is if there's any error. Now I want a message box to display some information for me. I'm going to grab all of these and ask it to return as well. Just grab all of these, paste it underneath here, and just change this accordingly. So I'm going to call that invalid input. Okay, so please enter a valid value or something like that. Enter a valid number. Okay. All right. So that's in case you want to, in case a mistake is made. Now, the next thing is, you see the exchange rate. I like the system. to officially go into this URL. So this very URL, let's get it formatted first, and I'm going to enter my URL in there. Okay, I enter my URL in there. Okay, take note of that. This is, you see, on this very site, you guys will be able to find more information about the crypto calculation, how it's converted, and so on. So that is the URL. Now, let's do this. I'm now going to come underneath here, ask the system to just give this a try if it's going to work or not, else display an error message for me. So I'm going to grab all of this instead of typing try all over again. Just paste that right underneath here. Press enter. There we go. I maybe change this to exception. Accept exception as E. Exception as E. Alright. And here, message that would be displayed. I can just add the message, grab all of the message. Now, yes, you try there. Get rid of this. And this is going to be the error message. Okay, error. Maybe just use error. Okay. Maybe failed to enter the valid, or let's say failed to retrieve data. Yeah, that's more like it. Then let's just ask it to go to the next one. Right. Okay, that'll take care of that. Now, let's come in here and do something with that. So I'm going to use from this very one, from ID. We're using an if statement. Okay, but before then, let's do one thing first. Let's say respond, and that is equals request dots get. Okay, remember that library called request. You need it. Get whatever data we have on the URL. Then we say data that is equals respond. No, equals respond. Yeah, not good like this. Let's paste it there. Equals respond dots JSON. And next, let's use an if statement now. So if ID in data and to underscore symbol is very symbol here. Let's copy that. In data, then from ID, column, then we then say rate will be equals data from ID. And to symbol as well. There we go. Then converts, let's say converted equals amount multiplied by rate. Okay, and we display our result into self dot result, and that is result here. label. Okay, set dot result label underscore label. What are we displaying in here? That is going to be, it's a dot config, the following. I'm going to say text that's equals, get it formatted, and that's it's going to be converted, not converted amount. So as follows. Let's just say converted amount and enter. Converted column dot 6. Okay, format it into 6 decimal place. You can reduce the amount of decimal that you will end up with. Then tool, and we'll make the uppercase. Let's grab all of that to symbol. The symbol dot upper. No. Yeah, dot upper. Enter parenthesis. There we go. I think that is done. Else, so else, I want an error message. Display an error message. Let's grab all of all these, paste it right underneath here. The error message. What am I going to enter in there? I can just say conversion, something like that. Conversion data not available. This is going to take care of those crypto that doesn't have conversion rate on the system, and if you enter any garbage in there. Right, I think I'm done though. Yeah. Okay guys, I think I am kind of like done. Let's move this up a little bit. And this get it indented, else there will be an error. Okay, so have a good look at the codes for the conversion. And one more thing that I need to do, you see this function here? Remember I had it here earlier and I deleted it, so I'm going to say comma. And I'll just enter command. That will be equals self dot convert. Okay, if you don't call that, it's not going to work. You won't be able to use your command buttons. Now, just come up here and just save and run first. Okay, decision time. Enter whatever in there. You can see this U. Let's see what's going to happen. No, that is not valid. Please enter a valid number. Okay, let's get rid of the U. There we go. Look at that. Okay, that is from Bitcoin to US dollars. Let's change that to another currency. There we go. Look at that. You see, guys? That's how you create your own crypto converter. Okay, and one other thing is, if you notice, I said 6 decimal places. Look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Supposing we change that to 2, let's see what's going to happen. Let's come right here. Look at it, right here. Format it to 6. I'm going to say 2. And check this out. Run. Okay, that's my crypto. Select whatever currency and enter the amount. There we go. Look at it, 2 decimal places. Okay. So guys, that's how you create your own crypto. I'm going to return it back to 6. So let me now, I want you guys to just have a good look at the lines of code. Take it from number 1 here. You first of all have to add the following libraries. So the following libraries must be included: create your class, define your function, and your crypto. You can get this information either here or you can get it online. You can do your own research. And here, that's the list that we store all of this information about the crypto data. All right. This is my widget, and this is where I call my widget. As soon as the system opens, the widget is called. This very one is called. And here, that's all the widgets. Okay, have a good look at it. All right. Title, frame, label, combo box, label, combo box, label again, and entry, just like a text box, where I display my result. The button, okay, the button that triggers a calculation. And here, that is the function that takes care of everything. Take it from here and bring it right down. And this is where I get all of the calculations from this very URL, the rate at which the converter is going. And there, guys. So with that, I'm going to officially call it the end of this project. And I'll see you guys shortly. You all have a nice day now. And please do subscribe to my channel, guys. You can also join to become a member of the channel. That would be very helpful. You all have a nice day now. And bye for now.